Track and field action at the 2011 Wyoming Track Classic in Casper, where the best of the best compete against each other, regardless of what class you're in. This is the girls' 3,200-meter run. Abby Phyllis of Gillette has about 23 seconds between herself and the next runner behind her. She wins the race in a time of 11 minutes, 45.2 seconds. Boys' 3,200-meter run. Casey Hunsinger of Natrona would pull away in the last 2 laps and barely beat the 10-minute mark. 9:59.92 was the time he was clocked at. Girls' high jump. This is Hunter Vineyard of Tongue River, up and over 5 feet 7 inches, and that would tie the meet record set way back in 1990. Girls' 100-meter hurdles. Michaela Skates of Kelly Walsh on the right and Jessie Eves of Warland on the left. Eves is going to take a spill at the finish line, but she would be all right. Skates would get the win in 14.98 seconds. Boys' 110-meter hurdles. Kyle Sullivan of Powell is going to leap over the obstacles and run his way across the finish line first. He got the job done in 14.46 seconds. Girls' triple jump. This is Paula Andrea of Gillette. She'll hop, skip, and jump her way to a distance of 35 feet, 5 1/2 inches. She was 1 inch better in the preliminary round, but it was enough for her to take first place. Girls' 100-meter dash. This was the closest race of the day. Kirsten Thomas of Rollins in the red and Jariah Davis of Kelly Walsh. It was a photo finish, and Thomas just squeaks one out at the end, 12.21 seconds, and that's a new meet record by 3/100ths of a second. Boys' 100-meter dash. This was a good race as well. Justin Melton of Douglas by 9/100ths of a second ahead of Nick Bazemore from Gillette. Melton's time was 10.99 seconds. Girls' 1,600-meter run, also known as the mile. Ann Brinegar of Cody would pull ahead of 4 runners from Gillette in this race. She crosses the finish line with a time of 5 minutes, 19.60 seconds. Boys' 1,600-meter run. Let's give a little props to the 1A schools. Scott Erdahl of 10 Sleep, the pioneer, wins this race and needed only 4 minutes and 33.48 seconds to do it. Girls' 400-meter dash. It's Thomas again, not as close as the last race she was in, and that doesn't bother her one bit. She gets around 1 lap in 57.22 seconds. Boys' 400-meter dash. A half second made all the difference as Colton Wood of Cody crosses the line ahead of Parker Walton of Riverton. The clock read 50.52 seconds. Girls' pole vault. Here's Andrea again, launching herself over the bar at 11 feet 6 inches. She's done better, but enough to get her first place on the day, and she'll take it for now. Girls' 300-meter hurdles. This time Eves is going to stay on her feet and get the job done, winning by a full second. She was clocked at 45.75 seconds in the end. Boys' 300-meter hurdles. Sullivan would win his second race of the day, where running and jumping is required. 38 1/2 seconds with 2 seconds to spare resulted in him having a pretty good day. Girls' 800-meter run, or the half mile. Susie Shumway of Lovell shows that a 2A racer is better than everyone else in this event. 2 minutes, 23 3/4 of a second was her time in this race. Boys' 800-meter run. Sete Odiambo of Cheyenne East is going to open up some distance between him and the rest of the field as he'll make it to the end in 2 minutes and 2.29 seconds. Girls' 200-meter dash. It's Thomas versus Davis again. This one was not as close as the 100-meter dash. Thomas sets her second meet record of the day. Her time was 25.06 seconds. Finally, the boys' 200-meter dash. It's Melton and Bazemore again, and the Bearcat from Douglas would make it 2 for 2 in the 2 quickest races. 22.29 seconds was his time. The state meet is in 2 weeks.